All right, Nick, the greatest show on surf has lived up to its name, Nick. A huge win over the Cleveland Browns today, scored 39 points on a Browns team that traditionally is great at ball control, running it, taking a lot of time off the clock, and not allowing teams to score a lot of points. But Miami does what Miami did. And let me read this stat line to you, Nick. Of course, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle had huge days, 119 yards and a touchdown, 65. Wait, Nick, those are the running backs. The Dolphins did it on the ground today. Their new addition, Wilson, 119 yards and a touchdown, showing that he's incredible. 7 yards a carry for him. And Mostert, 65 yards and a touchdown, 8.1 yards a carry for him. Both of them had big runs, 20-plus yard runs. It looked like a completely different Dolphins team. And I dare say, this looked like a Patriots-style team where they one day do it in the air, the next day they do it on the ground. Maybe next week they're going to start running only tight end screens. I feel like they're trying to prove to everybody, hey, we can win the games however we want to. But nonetheless, Nick, this team looked incredible today. And I can't say enough how much Tua has developed and looked like a completely different player this season.
Yeah, you're 100% right. And I got a few thoughts I want to go into. Before I take a deeper look, we want to hear from Dolphins fans specifically in the comments section below. Give us your MVP for this massive 39-17 Dolphins win. Mize alluded to it. There's so many guys who had big days. Offensive line, potentially maybe one. That's what I'm rooting for from you guys in the comments section. The running backs, receivers, Tua, obviously. But we want to hear from you specifically. Give us the MVP. But Mize, I want to focus on Tua, right? Because coming into this game, one of the narratives that was still lingering around Tua haters and things like that, it's like, well, he's got Tyreek Hill, he's got Jalen Waddle, he's got this great receiving core. I mean, it's really those guys making the plays, right? Well, not today, right? If you went into a game and you said Jalen Waddle only had 4 catches, Tyreek Hill only had 5 catches for only 44 yards. They didn't have a play longer than 30 yards receiving the entire day. Would you go into this think like Tua had a monster day? And you'd say probably not. But the reality is he did. If you look at his stat sheet, 25 of 32, 285. That's an 8.9 yards per attempt, which is outstanding. It's a continuous blistering pace. 3 scores, 0 picks, passer rating 135, obviously scoring 39 points. Mize, Tua is continuing to develop and grow and build his confidence. And we talked about how the environment around him is similar to Alabama, and that was more focused on the playmakers and the guys he can throw to. But he did it against the Browns, throwing to his second and third options, throwing to guys I really haven't heard a lot of from this Miami Dolphins offense. Certainly this offseason weren't guys we thought were going to be big contributors. But Tua and this Miami Dolphins offense has just been absolutely outstanding. They're growing, they're better and better. And Mize, in games Tua finishes, this team is undefeated. That's a scary thought if you're a rival team in the AFC right now.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. And let me run through these stats with you real quick, Nick. For PFF, 2020 grade for Tua, 65.4. So-so. 2021, 68.3. Still again, so-so. This season, under the McDaniel era, 89.5 grade so far this season. He's half a point off of that like godly status we talk about. If you hit a 90, you're playing incredible, like the best player in the league type stuff. Yeah. And Nick, I think this type of game is the Tua MVP chance starting in Miami. Like league MVP, I think Tua has a strong case this season, especially if this team keeps winning and keeps moving the way they are. Do you think that that's unreasonable?
No, I don't think I think it's actually he should be the favorite right now. Just because when you look at just his advanced analytics, you brought the PFF, just the points he's putting up, the offense he's leading, they're virtually unstoppable. His own statistic, 3 scores, 0 picks, passer rating 135. If this was Aaron Rodgers putting up these kind of numbers, if even Pat Mahomes or Josh Allen was playing on the same level that Tua is right now, we'd be talking about them as runaway MVP candidates. But Tua is, and Tua has some of the detractors and haters that he does. So he's kind of been dampened a little bit. But at the rate he's playing, at the rate the Dolphins keep winning, people can't ignore this guy so much longer. I think he actually, in my opinion, should be the front runner for the MVP. And this Dolphins team right now that we saw that the Bills lost today and the Chiefs had a few struggles against the lowly Jaguars, I think this Dolphins team led by Tua may be the most dangerous team in the AFC.